thanks for watching Guitar 101 Rammstein. I'm back with another Baglama Saz video. Did some research, and that's a challenge with learning Baglama for people that are not totally used to the exotic instrument. It's hard to find a song to learn. You can, of course, you're gonna, especially if you look into some Turkish music. But finding a tutorial on how to play a song to learn that's not too complicated for a beginner. So what I decided to do is I recorded a track, wrote a song and recorded it with Baglama Saz, and it's pretty much beginner level. It's two main riffs that have some variation, so I'm going to walk you through how to play those, and then what I'm going to do is upload that track to my Bandcamp page, where you can hear them and you can buy them if you like. Included will be versions with a click track, versions where the main Baglama is taken out, and the entire track to listen to. So like I said, you can listen to it for free. I'll put the link below, and I'll put it for a decent price. Bandcamp does take a small cut out of it when I sell a digital album or song like that. And there's always the option to pay more if you like, which is, that's pretty much the only support I'll be getting for now through my YouTube channel, since I've been demonetized for a few years at least. So let's get to it. The first riff, it's going to have a few variations, but don't worry about them too much at first. You just want to try to follow along with the riff, and then I'll go into the variations where you can, as you get it down, you can start trying to incorporate those. That's the easiest approach to learning a song. So the first pattern, first let's go into the tuning. I'm using, what is it? C, F, and A sharp. So working from the top strings down, that's A sharp, C, F, A sharp, F in the middle course, and C. And the easy way to remember that, let's use a mnemonic method. A sharp file cuts. So A sharp, get it, file cuts. And this is a cool tuning. It's a little bit higher pitched than like the GDA tuning, but I found it sounds better on my Saz, and I like the playability. I did a video just on that tuning alone. If you want to check that out, I'll put the info card above. But we're going to get to the first riff now. And you're going to start on fret number 4. It's going to use 3 frets on this bottom course of strings. So it's altogether it's going to be fret 1, fret 4, and fret 7. But it's going to start off with 4 to 7. So 4, 7, 7, 1, 4, 4. Open string, open to 1, and then a hammer-on pull-off to the 1, open to 1. And then another open string. So it's like, so I'm just plucking twice. And then that open string again, and then our lowest string open. So all together. And what you can do when you pluck that open string, if you do accidentally hit the middle course, it's not going to hurt. It's in key with it, harmonizes with it. Or you can just kind of mute those strings with your fingers here. So you can pluck all you want and not have to worry about that. Because at the beginning, 5 times, I'm plucking only single courses of strings. And I'm plucking very light. You'll notice that kind of dynamics in there, where you'll get a nicer sound usually out of your Baglama if you don't pluck too hard. Alright, so this repeats, let's see, it's 5, 6, 9, 11, 15 times total. But there's 3 variations. So the first time, it's 5 repetitions. Consider like 1 time as an intro and then 4 times. And I'm plucking legato, where I'm letting all the notes ring out and connect. 4 times, I'm doing kind of more of a staccato thing where I'm doing like, I'm shortening some of the notes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm shortening that third note. And to shorten it, you just let go of it. You know, you don't have to totally let go. Just stop putting pressure on the fretboard. You can also give a quick slide downwards the neck. That'll add a nice little accent to it. And then finally, for the last 6 repetitions, I start strumming it as a chord, which it's basically the same thing. I'm just strumming. I'm kind of giving it a crescendo, so I'm starting on the middle and the bottom course of strings. And what I do for that open note is I hold, let's see, 4, 5, 6, fret 7 on the middle course of strings. So I'm making an octave. So it's like, alright, so that's the 3 versions of the first riff. Give it a try, kind of take your time with it, play it slow at first, get it memorized. And then try to play it along with the track. It's at a pretty slow tempo, 141 beats per minute. So it's not too quick. It's a good beginner track to get down. Alright, so that's the first riff, and there's a second track of Baglama over it where I'm just doing like, I can't remember exactly, it's just some accented like chords or notes ringing out. I was doing something like that. Just kind of helps to accompany it. I'll leave that one in, but like I said, I'll have a version, several versions up. So you have the whole track with the metronome, track with the metronome with the main Baglama taken out. Because when you're playing along to a track, that's what I like about backing tracks, it can be a little deceiving when that instrument's already there. It kind of covers up your mistakes. So once you get it down that way with the whole track, then it's good to try it where that original instrument's taken out to see how well exactly you're playing it. Alright, so that's the first part, and there's just one more riff to it, which is also pretty easy. So we'll get to that one now. Okay, for the second track, it's all played on the middle course of strings, and we're finally going to start incorporating a microtonal note. And that's, you know, one of those notes that aren't in the 12 notes of Western music. They sound kind of like out of tune compared to what we're used to hearing. A little trickier to use, so this is a good kind of introduction riff to learn how to use those. Alright, so this one's going to start on the 7th fret, middle course of strings. It's going to be using fret 7, 8, and also the 9th fret on some parts for the microtonal, and fret 11, and the open string. So all together, I'll play through it, then I'll walk you through the fret numbers. It's going to sound like this. I'll play it a bit slower at first. So I'm going 7, 8, 7, 0, 7. 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 0, 7. 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 0, 7. 7, 9, 11, 8, 7. So 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 0, 7. 7, 7, 8, 7, 0, 7. I forgot that microtonal note. It's not a big deal if you do that and you hit the 8 instead of the 9, it'll still work. But I'll play it now at kind of the tempo of the song. have it. It's pretty simple riff, linear riff. You can do it at this tempo. You could do all down picking if you're not used to the alternate picking yet. But this is also, to take it a step up, once you get that down, a good time to start learning how to alternate pick. Because that's, it's picking is a little trickier on a baglama if you're used to like a guitar, It does take some practice. One thing I found just recently, I've noticed a small little change in how I hold the plectrum. Makes things a lot easier. Make sure you're using a plectrum for baglama. I think I had too much of the tip sticking out before. So I try to bring that really close, so it's just like an extension of just past my fingernail. And maybe I am switching, I am at maybe a lighter gauge. This is so hard, I cannot read that without glasses. But yeah, I mean, it's not super thick and it's not super thin, maybe it's medium. But I found when I keep it really close to the end of my fingernail, I don't know if you can see that, it's just barely sticking out. It makes it a little bit firmer. And just like with a guitar pick, it makes it easier to play, especially when you're trying to do tremolo. But it gets kind of a nicer tone, and you're less apt to have this hitting against the soundboard, which drives me crazy with the baglama. But yeah, once you start alternate picking, it changes the overall sound of the pattern. I think it works nicer for this pattern. That's what I used on the recording. I believe I did. Ah. And you see, you can get away with even one finger on this. I'd use at least 2 fingers. 3 fingers will make it easier. Or at least 2. And again, we can start incorporating that open string, the low string. So, of course, low strings. I didn't count how long that last pattern goes for. I'll do that and put it here when I upload this video and finish editing it. Aside from that, the track's pretty much done. I'm going to finish hopefully all this today, get it all uploaded. Other than Baglama Saz, the only things I added over, I put a frame drum, I put a bit of keyboard, just a drone track, and a little bit of percussion, like a tambourine and a shakara. And I think I might add some cymbals into it, but other than that, it's pretty much done. It's pretty basic baglama-based track. Okay, so now I've got the tracks uploaded to Bandcamp. It's all in an album to download. Price is €5 or €1 per track, or you can pay more, which is always awesome. Anyway, I just want to walk through them real quick just to explain how to use them. The track 1 is the complete song, so you're going to hear it as is. You can play along to it like that, or just listen to it and enjoy it. Track 2 is a complete song with a click track. That's a clicking metronome in sync with the track, so that makes it a lot easier to follow. Track 3 is a backing track where I muted the main baglama, so it's not there to kind of confuse your own playing. It has an 8 count in, so it's going to click 8 times and then you start. I take that back because number 3 does not have a click. Number 4 does have a click. It's the same thing with that main Baglama Saz muted, and that's going to have an 8 click countdown, 2 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, start. All right, now track 5 is kind of a bonus track. That's where I took both the Baglama Sazes out. So it's just the backing drone track, which is in the key of A sharp. So with the same tuning, you'll be able to play along to this and improvise and try to make stuff up. It's got the percussion, the tambourine, the cymbals I added. But I took the Baglama Saz out. Since I did use microphones, there is a slight bleed through. You might hear them very faint in the background, but once you start playing, I don't think you'll notice them. And then track 6 is the same thing, this bonus backing track with the click. And that'll have, again, an 8 count in. But it doesn't matter. You can start at any time because you're trying to just play over this and design your own, improvise or practice your own riffs in that key. So with the tuning I've used on this, that's gonna fit perfectly with this. If I get a good response for this, I'll definitely do more in this manner. So like I said, in English I did not find any songs or videos explaining how to play an actual song on Baglama. There are videos you can see of people playing songs and cover songs, but they don't explain how to play them. They don't even tell you what tuning they're in. So that can make it a bit challenging. And it's not like a guitar where I can look at that neck and see the fret markers and figure out what frets are being played on that easily. Usually it's the tuning that really is like the hardest way to learn that way without any explanation. So that's it. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, share the video. Till next time.